We are live, the final stream of the week before we tee it up in Vegas tomorrow morning. We got some wave splits, we got some withdrawals, we got some quotes to run through. Some very interesting quotes from TK, from Harry Hall, from Maverick McNeely, from Matt McCarty. Just some nice quotes that I think we could fade and or play. Just a very interesting one. This doesn't happen very often. Oh, someone I forgot. Taylor Montgomery is going to lead us off. Taylor Montgomery had a really nice quote talking about how he feels like his game is in a horrible spot. He feels like his swing is horrible. He's working on a lot of things in the backswing. They interviewed him because he's a Vegas guy, and so like obviously they want to get his idea of the golf course and his thoughts on his current game. But he admitted to playing horrible golf. So I'm going to pull up right now and see if we could find a Taylor Montgomery matchup to fade, because he was the biggest red flag. A lot of them were like talked about the course, talked about the weather, which is a lot of guys talked about. There might be a potential wave split. There might be a little AM PM advantage. So I have one more outright to add. I'm going to run it out in that split, which we will get to, and I'll get to some DFS thoughts as well. But let's right now see if we could find a Taylor Montgomery matchup. I'm going to head over to DraftKings. Taylor, let's see, Montgomery. Not seeing one yet. 1 second, because I mean, if you find one without me, I would say fade Taylor Montgomery, unless it's like the books are super sharp and they're like pairing him up with someone egregious. So we go over to golf on DraftKings. Golf, Shriners Open. Matchups. Okay. We want tournament matchups. Montgomery. We got nothing. They're not offering a Taylor Montgomery matchup. What about round matchups? We have to get this if we can. A Montgomery round matchup, nothing on here. Shit. I came on here looking for a Taylor Montgomery matchup, and we don't have one. We have a Montgomery round 1 3-ball versus Schmid and Skins. Matty Schmid is on my card, so I guess I'll talk about Matty Schmid right now. I really like what he's doing both on approach and putting, and he's been playing some good golf across the pond, playing some good golf recently in the States, and he's just an overall good golfer, I believe. He looks like he's been striping it, and I mean, I like that 3-ball, and I also like him outright, so why wouldn't I like that? So he's plus 110 to win that 3-ball versus Davey Skins and Taylor Mont. I want to talk about Harry Hall. Harry talked about how he knows this golf course, every inch of the golf course. I actually tweeted that out. You probably saw. But I don't know if I love that. Anytime we get home games, they really don't ever go well because it's that added pressure. He talked about how he has a ton of friends, a ton of family here. It never really goes well for the home games. But I don't think you want to play or fade Harry Hall, in my opinion, because he talked about how great he feels. And, I mean, he's been playing good golf. I bet him last week he finished T30 something, but he played a lot better than that. He kind of fell off late. Like, I like Harry Hall. I just don't think this is the week for me, even with the home game. And then outside of that, those are the two really main quotes. A lot of guys just talked about the weather, talked about the wave split, but let's go through. You guys know the DFS show I did the other day, so I'm not going to go through the entire DFS board. No thoughts have really changed. I like Tom Kim in the upper range if you want that question real quick. I think he's worth the chalk over Davis Thompson and Taylor Pendrith, just a lot more of a safer floor in my opinion. But talk about Matty Schmid, and another bet I'm going to make. JJ Spawn, 45-1. I think that number is really, really good. And like I'm going to keep buying him. Remember a few weeks ago, he was down to like 28-30, and then he withdrew. We're getting JJ Spawn off of a great approach week and a poor putting week. I'm fine with that. Like he played last week and he looked fine after the withdrawal. I don't think he would have played if he looked poor. So JJ Spawn, I think, is a great play at 45-1. Matty Schmid, also 45-1. You could probably get a better number than that. And then Emiliano Grillo. Emiliano Grillo was the final bet on my card at 75-1, and he withdrew a few hours ago. So I have about $70 to play with, which is a $70 golfer for me is a 70-1 golfer, of course, because why wouldn't it be? So I can bet one guy at 70-1. I can bet two guys at 140-1. I can bet a guy at 100-1 and then a guy at like 200-1. So I have some options. First things first, I want to bet a guy who's teeing off tomorrow morning. I want someone to get out to a hot start, and I want someone who's going to possibly avoid the weather and get some sort of wave split. That's going to lead me on to a few guys. And I think the first one's going to be, I might just stop it at that because I really, really, really liked what I saw from Ben Coles last week. Ben Coles is a driving accuracy merchant, but that I don't know what his number is yet. I need to get a 70 to 1 on him. Ben Coles is a driving accuracy merchant, and he likes these birdie fest events. I came up from the Corn Ferry Tour. We have to make a ton of birdies, and these are suiting his game. He's gained on approach in 4 straight starts. The putter's been bad, so he might have no dog. He might have negative dog, actually, because when we saw him get into the mix at the whatever it was, shout out Taylor Penge with 100 to 1, had him, whatever that event was, Byron Nelson, I think, he gagged it. But I would go to Coles at 70 to 1 if it's there. So let's see what we can get on Ben Coles. Coles, 100 to 1. I got a 100. Yeah, 100 to 1. I'm going to bet Ben Coles. So that leaves me something. Ben Coles, let me just get this bet in, 100 to 1. And I'm sure there's a better number out here, but I'm in the great state of Florida, that invented hockey. So I don't have the best numbers right now. And it's the swing season. I'm not grinding to text all my friends to bet things for me. Let me put this Coles bet in, 100 to 1, and then see what we have left. So Coles, 100. Okay, we have $22 left to wager. That can get me a 200 to 1, basically a 200 to 1 golfer, a little bit higher than that. Is it worth it? Do we want to be underexposed? Let's see what we can find. Guys going off in the morning. If you're in the stream and you have a nice long shot that can possibly make some noise who's going off in the morning, I'll definitely consider it. And I definitely want to look at some guys too. KH Lee. What do we got on KH Lee? Any number on KH Lee? Lee, KH. 85. KH Lee's 100 to 1. That's a horrendous number. That is a really, really bad number. I'm going to go sort by on DraftKings or go on odds checker or something. But then I want to see a guy who's going, I wish I had filters, odds checker / tee time, where I can go number wave split. So we want a 200 to 1 AM tee time tomorrow. We're not going to force it, but if it's there, it's there. So Shriners Children's Open on DraftKings. Outright tournament lines. All right, we're down to 200 to 1. We start with Roger Sloan, the Summer of Sloan. Names that just make noise. S.H. Kim, because we know Asians fuck here. Asians do, in fact, fuck here. Bobby Shelton, 250. Honestly, I will say, Alexander Bjork was really high in my model this week, but I said there's literally no chance Alexander Bjork is winning a golf tournament. But someone like Nico Echeverria, 200 to 1, Roger Sloan, 200 to 1, Bob Shells, 250. I will take a look at those guys right now. So we're going to take a look at all of those guys right now. Robbie Shelton, he's going off in the AM, 200 to 1. Has you done anything? He's lost on approach in 2 straight. He does not look great. 3 straight missed cuts. We're going to cross off Robbie Shelton. I love doing this live soul searching. So honestly, I'm going to share my screen so you see what I'm doing. Chad Ramey, I'll peep him in a bit. Hold on. Let me share the screen so you see what I'm doing. Just like looking at golfers really quick. Here we go. Shout out Rick Rungood, the greatest website for golf, betting, DFS, and fantasy. All right, so we want to look at Chad Ramey. Wait, it's not going to fucking pull that screen up. So sorry, it doesn't even matter because I can't go to his profile. So I'm just going to unshare the screen and talk. Chad Ramey coming in off of a nice approach week at the Black Des. He's coming off of a 8 strokes gained 8 putting week. Is that the best putting week of his career? Chad Ramey is coming off of the 2nd best putting week of his career. He's kind of played all right here. He's fucked on the greens here. I don't mind Chad Ramey, but I want to look at those other guys I listed. So I listed Ramey, S.H. Kim. I can get down with S.H. Kim. Look at the playoff year with Patrick Cantlay. A random Asian was in that playoff. So S.H. Kim, let's see what time he goes off. He goes off at 10 a.m., 4th group out. That's first round leader for days. Kim, SH. There he is. SH. This isn't SH Kim. Yes, it is. He has lost on approach in 5 straight starts, including a -10 showing at the Wyndham Championship. We're not going to be going. SH Kim has a T4 here. Alert. SH Kim has a T4 here in 2022. SH Kim 200-1. All right, I want to deep dive that T4 in 2022. How was he coming in any form? Because he's lost strokes on approach ball striking in 5 straight starts. We're deep into the woods now. We're gonna deep dive SH Kim 2022. His T4 at TPC Summerlin was coming off of a losing approach week in all Corn Ferry. That was his 3rd PGA Tour start of his career. Could have been beginner's luck. I don't know if I could do the SH Kim thing. So we have 2 more guys to look at. Bobby Shelton, I didn't like. Lance. I'll look at Dylan Wu and Nico Echeverria. Nico Echeverria, PGA Tour winner. So his form is not great, Nico Echeverria, but we got to deep dive him. $6,400 on DraftKings. Nico Etch. He gained 6 on approach last week. Nico Echeverria gained 6.8 on approach last week. Finished T11. Time the fuck out. Nico Echeverria, PGA Tour winner, is coming off of his best approach week of his career. And he gained 2 on approach here last year. Looks like he missed the cut. I one off the number. Nico Echeverria, coming off of his best approach week of his career. This has all been done. I just found this this is not taped. Nico Echeverria on the card. We found our guy. Nico Echeverria is on the card, 200-1. That is our final bet. So let's see. Actually, he's 190 where I'm looking, but I can live with a 190. Nico Etch 190, and that will cost me 190, $26 on Nico Etch. Coming off of his best approach week of his career, PGA Tour winner. We're not messing around. If we find a Nico Echeverria winner on this show, this would be the craziest thing of all time. So that's the final Puerto Rico comp. Maybe, like, everyone knows Vegas is close to Puerto Rico. So those are the quotes. Those are the few bets. I won't go through the 6K range because I have a whole show on that, but glad I got to some questions, some chat. But our final bet is Nico Echeverria, and the biggest takeaways, I'm fading Taylor Montgomery if you can. I'm not buying the Harry Hall stuff. I'm high on Tom Kim in that 10K range. And then everything else, you know where the content is. Watch some stuff back. DM me with any questions. Let's have a week. Cheers to Nico Etch. Peace out. See you soon.